Day number 3, John 1:43 through 51. The next day, Jesus wanted to go into Galilee, and he found Philip. Jesus said to him, "Follow me." Philip was from Bethsaida, the hometown of Andrew and Peter. Philip found Nathanael and said to him, "We have found the one Moses wrote about in the law and the prophets, Jesus, Joseph's son from Nazareth." Nathanael responded, "Can anything from Nazareth be good?" Philip said, "Come and see." Jesus saw Nathanael coming toward him and said about him, "Here is a genuine Israelite, in whom there is no deceit." Nathanael asked him, "How do you know me?" Jesus answered, "Before Philip called you, I saw you under the fig tree." Nathanael replied, "Rabbi, you are God's son. You are the King of Israel." Jesus answered, "Do you believe because I told you that I saw you under the fig tree? You will see greater things than these. I assure you that you will see heaven open and God's angels going up to heaven and down to earth on the human one." Good thing they didn't live down to everybody's expectations. Instead, they put together the greatest season in Tech basketball history. Most publications predicted that the Yellow Jackets of 2003-2004 would finish no better than 7th in the ACC. So what happened? Under Coach Paul Hewitt, the ACC Coach of the Year, the Jackets tied the school record for wins and made it to the national championship game for the first time ever. "Our success was more of a pleasant surprise than a shock," said Hewitt. "The key to the season was the continuous growth of players. B.J. Elder, Ismail Muhammad, Theodis Tarver, Clarence Moore, Marvin Lewis, Will Bynum, point guard Jared Jack, center Luke Schessner. They all developed as the long season progressed. In other words, they got better. In the NCAA tournament, Elder hit a jumper with a minute and 6 seconds left to seal the 65-60 win over Northern Iowa that began the run to the championship game. Jack then came up with a big steal in the final 6 seconds as the Jackets advanced to the Sweet 16 by beating Boston College 57-54. When Elder, the leading scorer, was injured early on, Lewis stepped up to score 23 points in a 72-67 win over Nevada. In the regional final against traditional powerhouse Kansas, Bynum's three-pointer broke a 71-71 tie and sent Tech onto a 79-71 overtime win and the Final Four. Bynum drove to the basket around Schessner's screen for a layup with 1.5 seconds left to propel Tech past Oklahoma State 65-67 and into the championship game, where the spectacular run ended with a loss to Connecticut. The team had no expectations, finished with a 28-10 record. The blind date your friend promised would look like Brad Pitt or Jennifer Aniston, but resembled Cousin It. Your vacation that went downhill after the lost luggage. Often your expectations are raised only to be dashed. Sometimes it's best not to get your hopes up. Then at least you have the possibility of being surprised. Worst of all, perhaps, is when you realize that you are the one not meeting others' expectations. The fact is, though, that you aren't here to live up to what others think of you. Jesus didn't. In part, that's why they killed him. But he did meet God's expectations for his life, which is all that really mattered. Because God's kingdom is so great, God does have great expectations for any who would pursue to enter. Since you number yourselves among that group, you should not take those expectations lightly. What the world expects from you is of no importance. What God expects from you is paramount. You live up or down to your expectations. Lou Holtz. You have little, if anything, to gain from meeting the world's expectations of you. You have all of eternity to gain from meeting God's.